This woman says she did not lose consciousness when it happened. Medical records say the same, and yet she says she left her body. One moment, things are moving. Next, everything stops. Not darkness, but a deep stillness. A stillness so complete it feels like nothing is moving at all. What follows is not pain, not fear, not confusion. She describes it as light, not something she sees with her eyes, but something she feels. It seems to be everywhere, around her, through her. In this state, she feels certain, not because someone tells her something, but because doubt is no longer there. People who describe moments like this often say the same thing. Fear is gone, not pushed away, not replaced. It simply doesn't matter anymore. Time also feels different. Seconds don't move forward. They stretch, or they collapse. Some people say everything happens at once. Others say nothing moves at all. The body no longer feels central. Neither does the world around it. What remains is awareness. Quiet, clear, watching. She says this lasts only a short time. The clock agrees. Almost no time passes, and yet something has already changed. Her name is Catherine, a 29 years old female living in Austin, Texas. She shares an apartment with her partner of 6 years. They often say they are best friends. At the same time, their relationship was strained. They are not always fighting. There is no single breaking point. Instead, the problem is quieter. Sometimes they struggle with communication, boundaries, not knowing when to hold on, and when to step back. They also go for couples therapy, not because the relationship is ending, but because neither of them wants it to end. From the outside, this looks responsible. From the inside, it feels draining. Catherine does not describe herself as religious. She also does not describe herself as anti-religion. She simply doesn't know what she believes. She feels like she is searching, but she doesn't have the words for what she's looking for. During this time, she lives a normal life like every other person. Yoga classes, meditation groups, long talks about love, attachment, and forgiveness. Nothing big changes, but something feels unfinished. She starts to notice how temporary everything feels. Relationships change. Emotions come and go. Moments pass quickly, and yet she wants something steady, something that lasts. On July 1st, her birthday, she plans something simple. A picnic, a kite, an afternoon outside. They go to Zilker Park, a familiar public space in the center of the city. They eat, they talk, they fly a red, heart-shaped kite. For a while, the day feels good. Near the end of the afternoon, a small argument starts. It isn't about anything important. It's about where the car is parked. But the argument doesn't fade. It follows them home. Neither of them lets it go. By the time they return to the apartment, their day starts to feel heavy. Not ruined, but the atmosphere changed. Later that night, she asked for space. Not as a threat, not as a breakup, just one night alone. He agrees. He leaves to stay with a friend. The apartment goes quiet. She tries to make the night better. Ice cream, dessert, small comforts. None of it helps. She turns something on to watch. She sits in the kitchen. The whole apartment feels empty, not the dramatic kind of empty, just the noticeable kind. She could feel the weight of many things piling up. Years of trying, years of compromise, years of wanting to be understood. Tired of holding everything inside without knowing where to put it. Standing alone in the kitchen, her thoughts turn inward. She feels the same question return. Not loudly, not clearly, just a sense that something is missing. She asks anyway, what else is there? Nothing answers. At least not yet. According to Catherine, the shift does not begin in a dramatic way. She did not pass out. There is no sudden darkness. Instead, it begins inside her. After asking that question, she says something gave way. Not confusion, but release. Emotions she has been holding for years rise all at once. The weight feels heavy, physical. Then something changes. She does not hear a voice. She does not see a figure. What she notices instead is a sensation, as if something enters her consciousness. She describes it as light. It wasn't just symbolic, and she didn't imagine it. It was immediate and suddenly all around her. The emotional weight she had been carrying just disappeared. In its place, she feels something she struggles to compare to anything else. Peace, not relief, not comfort. Her fears did not lessen. It disappeared. At first, she believes she is still standing in her kitchen, awake, alert, fully conscious. But her sense of space begins to change. According to her account, she finds herself in a familiar place, the Zilker Park. The park looks the same, but also different. The trees, the rocks, the grass, everything appears sharper, brighter. Light seems to move through things, not bounce off them. She did not walk there. She did not travel. The place simply existed around her. One detail stands out in her description. Nothing feels like it is judging her. The environment does not react to her presence. It does not observe her. She says this absence of judgment feels important, as if judgment does not belong in this state. Soon she becomes aware that she is no longer seeing from one point of view. She describes watching moments from earlier in the day. The park, the argument, the drive home. Whatever she saw did not carry emotion. No blame, no regret. They were just there. She says she understands what happened without needing to explain it, because in that state, judgment no longer feels necessary. As her awareness continued to widen, she reports seeing the city of Austin from above, not in exact detail, but all at once. People are no longer bodies. She describes them as points of light, separate yet connected. Differences between people no longer stand out. Everyone appears equal in form. She does not describe this as something being taught to her. She says she simply knows it. Time becomes harder to describe. Moments do not move forward. They exist together. Past, present, future, all at once. She does not feel rushed. She does not feel pulled back. She says she feels certain that this state is more real than the physical world she came from. As the experience continues, she becomes aware of a presence, not human in form, not speaking. Understanding arrives without words. She later identifies this presence as God, not introduced, not named, but immediately recognized. The light, she says, is not separate from this presence. It comes from it. She describes awareness expanding even further, beyond herself, beyond the world. She feels separate from her body, but cannot point to a moment where the separation happens. There is no break, no cut. Awareness does not stop. It expands, and throughout this time, which she later says lasted only minutes, her emotional state does not change. Peace, clarity, certainty, no fear, no confusion, and no sense that this experience is temporary. Only later, after it ends, will time and place begin to matter again. What changes next is not what she sees, but where she is no longer located. At a certain point, her experience changes again. Not slowly, not in a symbolic way. Her sense of space returns, but not in the usual form. She becomes aware of her body as something separate, not far away, not unfamiliar, just observing. According to her account, she is no longer where her body is, but she is still aware of it. It was not as if she was floating upward. There was no tunnel, no feeling of movement. Instead, she says her awareness spreads out, as if she can see from more than one place at the same time. She sees her body from the outside, standing in a parking lot at night, near her apartment. At the same time, she is aware of herself as something whole and continuous, separate from the body below. This separation does not shock her, as anyone should expect. She does not feel alarmed. What stands out is how normal it feels. Her body looks still and ordinary, like something she has already stepped away from. She feels no attachment to it, no fear. In the physical scene, a car is approaching. Headlights move across the pavement. The car turns into the lot faster than expected. From the outside, the moment looks dangerous, but from her point of view, it does not. She knew this moment matters, not because she feels threatened, but because it feels final. Time shifts again. She does not experience one clear outcome. She experiences more than one. In one version, the car hits her. In another, it doesn't. She is aware of both at the same time. It did not feel like a prediction. She describes it as observation. She could not try to move. She could not try to protect herself. Instead, she feels release. A message forms, not spoken, not heard, simply known. It's your time. She does not experience this as frightening. She says it feels relieving. The idea of dying does not bring fear, it brings rest. She feels finished, not finished with life in a dramatic way, but finished with effort. What follows, she says, is rapid movement, not through physical space, but upward through layers of light. There is speed, but no wind, no resistance. Her emotions intensify. Peace, joy, clarity. The physical world fades. She sees Earth from above, not in detail, but as something she is leaving behind. She is still aware of people she knows, where they are, how they feel. She does not worry. She knows they will be fine. She begins to approach what she later calls heaven, not because someone tells her, but because she recognizes it. She sees what she describes as a city of light, bright, ordered, and crystalline. Before reaching it, everything stops. There is no warning. She is pulled back. Instantly, her awareness collapses into one place. She re-enters her body, but not at the moment of impact. Instead, she returns to a version of events. Where the car swerves, it passes by. There is no collision, no injury, no one reacts. From the outside, nothing unusual has happened. From the inside, everything has changed. She felt relieved, not because she survived, but because she returned with the memory intact. She is standing in the same parking lot, the same night air, the same surroundings. But the experience is over. What remains is what follows. This is one account, one person, one night, one experience. But this is a million more. Subscribe for more stories like this.